All right, so this video is going to be the first video of a little mini series, and what it's going to contain is my trip from Colorado to Tennessee, and I'm hauling some steel because I'm building a loafing shed for my mom in Tennessee. She's got 3 horses. They don't really have a good place for winter shelter, so I'm going to go out to Tennessee and I'm going to build this loafing shed. And when I priced out steel, it was cheaper quite a bit. A 24-foot stick of 2-inch by 3-inch 11 gauge was roughly about $60 for a stick in Colorado, and in Tennessee, a place wanted 80. So I decided, since I was taking the gooseneck anyway, that I'd just buy it in Colorado from my steel place here, and then haul it out to Tennessee, and then I was just gonna get the tin local to Tennessee. There's a place up in Kentucky owned by the Amish, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then from Tennessee, we're moving on to Florida, and we're picking up a Suburban from Florida that was my mom's, and then my dad lives down there, and he's got some work for me to do as well while I'm down there on vacation. So let's go ahead and get the video started, and we're going to start with picking up steel, like I said, that we're going to haul to Tennessee. So let's go. All right, she's hooked up. Let's get out of here. All right, we got her all strapped down. All right, what a time to be leaving. We got snow on the trailer, and more snow's coming in about 20-30 minutes, so it's not too bad yet, but it's gonna get worse real soon, so let's get out of here. This is all straight ice with like an inch or two of snow on top of it. We just caught a red light back there. We're in the middle of nowhere. This is Peyton, Colorado, but caught a red light back there, and the whole time that I applied the brake pedal, it was just ABS was doing work. I'm sure it helped with the trailer back there too. This is going to be slow going for a little while here. Speed limit's 55, but there is no way it's safe to do 55 down this road right now. So we're going to take it slow, get through this snow and ice, and hopefully when we get to the interstate in about 60 miles, they'll have clear roads. So see you then. So this is literally straight ice right now. Truck's kind of shifting around a little bit with the wind, and we just started going uphill a little bit a while back, and just under moderate, easy acceleration, the rear tires broke loose. So gotta slow it down, doing about 48 now. Inside either this exit or the next one. I think it's the next one, and then that's about it for a while. So we're gonna grab some fuel. We're at half of a tank, but I've made this trip another time a couple summers ago in my Dodge with the diesel, and I was pretty much running on fumes at one point because I could not find fuel. So we're not gonna play that game with the trailer in the snow in the middle of the night. So let's grab some gas, probably in the next exit or the next town. Nice and cold. Oh yeah. Everything's holding up good so far, so this is the one of the last few stops for fuel. We're in Kansas now, and there's like it's like a 150-mile stretch, so now's the time for fuel. Well, if you're ever staying down here in downtown St. Louis, we're about to cross the Martin Luther King Bridge. But if you look off to the left down here, there's a tasty little restaurant tucked in. I cannot remember the name of it. I think it was barbecue. I just remember it was real good. Should be right down there. Big old Mississippi River. Trip peanut butter and jelly. This isn't just any peanut butter and jelly though. This is Bami Maman. I think that's how you pronounce it. Jelly. Raspberry jelly, I believe, or strawberry. Strawberry. Crunchy peanut butter and Biscoff spread. Biscoff spread is a secret, as well as a good jelly. A Biscoff spread, if you're not familiar, is what United Airlines serves you, those little cookies. Those are Biscoff cookies. Imagine that in like a peanut butter texture-y spread. So good. It's a little crunchy too. Throw that on top of your peanut butter. Delicious. Something that a lot of people probably don't realize is there are states with trailer towing speeds separate of the normal speed limit. And in the wonderful state of Illinois, it's 55 miles per hour. So you'll get nowhere real fast. Alright, so today we're out here at my mom's place, and she's got some horses over here. Up there in the corner of the field, but they don't really have a good shelter. You can see some wind block tarpage over here, so we're gonna try and give her something a lot nicer than that, and that's what this load of steel that we drug from Colorado is. So we're just getting it unloaded, and we're gonna start assembling it out here. It's kind of a clean, one of the more flat parts of the property here. So we'll assemble it out here, and the design of it is going to be so we can drag it. It has two of these are heavier walled than the rest, so they'll be the two skids, and then we'll just cut an angle in up here, or cut them and bend them up for like some bows like a ski would have, so we can drag it. And then so we'll build it out here, and then we're gonna drag it around the yard, and then she's got a 16-foot gate up there. Yeah, the next step is get it unloaded and get our tools set up and get to welding. We might put a shotgun mic. So I'm like, damn it, of course you put your shit. I should have known they ran a sale on all that stuff, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, that's a good deal. Let me grab one of those. And then they're like, no, introducing the GoPro 9. I was like, god damn it. All right, so we're kind of set up. We got a couple boxes with the tools, angle grinders for cutting, got the welding machine set up here, got an extension cord run back. The generator is tucked back behind the trucks to make it a little quieter. We got a 240 volt going to the generator, 120 volt coming off, going over to the chop saw. This is my brother Daniel. He's going to be helping with the project, and he's going to be in charge of making a bunch of the cuts. So we're going to start first by assembling the face, the front of it and the back of it, and then we'll stand them up, and then we'll weld them together on with the side pieces, and then we'll start doing the cross members for the roof. But so this is one of the heavy bottom pieces, already at 24 feet. So we're ready to make some cuts and start tacking things in, squaring them up, and once we get it square, we'll burn them in. So let's get to cutting. All right, this is where we're at. So they're both, that one is the front, it's laying on its face. This is the back, laying on its back, or the outside. These, essentially, once we stand it up, will go between the two. That's about where we're at. Ready to stand those up. On the ends here, we put these little angled pieces for the skids, so as we're pulling it, it's not digging down into the dirt. We'll eventually cap those so that water and mud can't get in there. And then we get to watch out for this stupid phone line that's running super low. But I think we're ready to stand them up and get them tacked together.
Pushing, I'm pulling. Or I'm pushing, you're pulling.
I thought it was heavier. tested it. It's good for like 200 pounds at least. Daniel's cutting some stuff. These trailer lights are clutch tonight. Alright, so we just ran up to grab the metal roof and siding today. Same material, just different installation locations. We got back and I unloaded it next to where this thing's gonna live semi-permanently. And now the next step is we're gonna get over there and then try and drag this thing up the hill and get it put in the pen where the horses are at. And I built it away from there because I wanted a nice backdrop for the video, for one. And for two, I didn't feel like walking through horse manure non-stop while I was building it and kneeling around and stuff. So found a nice grassy spot, good backdrop, and we built it there. And I think we're gonna be able to pull it up okay with this truck, put it in 4-low if we have to, and lock up the rear diff. But worst case, we'll just get the Farmall M over there from my cousin's place and yank on it with that. We're gonna give the Ford a try first, see if we can get it pulled up the hill around the house and then into the stables. Also, it's kind of a proof of concept. See how mobile this thing really is on these skids. We'll get it done regardless, it's just how easy. And we've gotten a lot of rain the past couple days since I arrived. We got 3 inches of rain alone last night, and the soil here retains water. So, good for growing stuff, not so good for driving on and dragging stuff around the yard. So we'll see how this goes, but that is the next step, so let's get to it.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
You think a single line or double?
We'll try single, huh? What's the worst thing you do is fail?
Try something different.
Yeah, probably gonna burn up once we don't. By using the zip tie, it'll work. If you put a sapphire tapper, it might break. You get knothead in there. That's the
Yeah, I found this the other day. Piece of metal growing out of a old tree root. Looks like it only goes down a little bit here, so we're gonna take the old fiskars and see if we can not destroy the end of it and get this out of here before it costs someone a tire. And we're catching some more metal in there. Yep. Yeah, we're committed now. Let's keep going. Wet thing is in there. It's almost like the root followed it up. Might have to get a shovel out for this one. That's some real life cardio there. Whoo-wee. You don't need a gym for that workout. she's going. We'll call that good for now. Well, so here she is, pretty much done. The only thing left is eventually we're gonna have to put some plywood along the outer wall just to keep the horses from leaning against the tin and pushing through it. We got our overhang over here, and this is the hay ring, and we put this tin around the bottom so that they can't pull the hay out from the sides. As you can see, they did over here. It's all over the ground, so it's a lot of money and good hay wasted. So this tin on this hay ring should stop a little bit of that, but overhung the rear just a little bit so the rain will run off the back. Put our corner trim on the two. Put our corner trim on the two rear corners, and then the front of the roof on the other side. Up until the overhang. And we put a little cat piece on there. Horses are still getting used to it. This is the tame one, so she just hopped right in there for some dinner. That one, not so tame. Same with the other one. So we're still working with them, getting the feed bowl on the floor. Coax them in, and then probably in a couple days they'll be a little more calm to go in and out to eat. But this ought to keep them nice and dry and warm. To this point on the structure, tin and steel frame and the tin, I think we're right around $2,200, so not too bad. This is a lot more sturdy than those pre-built kit loafing sheds. And this one's on skids, so we can move it around as you saw when we pulled it into place. If we don't like it here, we can move it someplace else out here in the pasture. And then when the horses are no longer out here, we can park equipment in it. Just about 8 feet wide, so we can fit mowers in there, tractors, whatever. All right, so we finished up in Tennessee, and now we're heading down to Florida. We got the gooseneck on still. We dumped a little bit of the stuff we don't need for weight, because we're gonna go down there, grab a Suburban, a couple projects down there at my dad's house, and then we're gonna bring that Suburban back to Tennessee, which I've already mentioned. So we got the shed built here. Bunch of stuff around the my mom's property, cleaned up a bit, got a fire going, burned off a bunch of brush, put a water heater in the camper, and then we boxed the camper in, put a skirting around it for the wind this winter. So on to the next step, the next phase of the trip. Once we get down to Florida, we're doing some dirt work. Get down to Florida tomorrow morning. Oh, we got a lady who's fallen over here and she can't get up. Let's see if we can help her. You okay?
Are you strong?
I can give it a shot.
I have not.
Is that a prosthetic or?
Yeah. Don't go away.
It's in there? Okay. How about I stand behind you and then I'll just pick you up. Is that okay? Can I call an ambulance for you or?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Are you trying to get to the house?
I was, I can hold on to the car.
Are you getting in the car?
Yeah.
Okay, well let me get your stuff in for you.
I dropped the mail.
Okay. Can I set this in your car for you?
Yes,
With the
thank
mail?
you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
I really appreciate it.
Well, let me help you get over there.
I was so glad when you came by.
Hope you weren't laying there too long. I wasn't sure if you were changing a tire or...
No, I put my emergency blinkers on to get the mail. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
you're very welcome.
Thank you
You
very
good?
much for helping me out.
Oh yeah, not a problem. Be safe.
All right.
Well, look at that. We even got to help somebody today. All right, just kidding. We're back here a week later after our little stay in Florida where the weather was much nicer. But we got a bunch of 5/4 boards pulled out of storage here. Got the old compound miter saw and got them stacked up here. We're gonna run them up and down like this all around the outer, well, the inside, but the outer walls, just to keep the horses off the tin. We'll have to see how much we're gonna space them, probably like 3 inches or so. Well, as Mr. May says, but wait, there's more. Turned out pretty good. Now they can't push up against the tin, and they can't kick through the stalls at each other there. They want to get silly. And then their food bowls. This is not the forever solution. It's going to be the next thing we work on if I have time. But the food bowls are going to mount lower off of a spacer and a 2x4. And we put these up to the ceiling here so they have a little more difficult of a time wrapping their heads around, stealing each other's feed. Once it gets lower, it's going to be even harder because their necks are going to hit the top rail before they can get down into their neighbor's feed bucket. It'll mount down here, so it'll be easier for them to get their head in, and also harder for this guy or that gal to get her head over in. But the boards turned out real nice. Really, the whole thing turned out real nice. Super happy with it. Fortunately, we had these boards, so that saved us $300 from an old project. Well, the Florida version of this before my mom moved up here in Tennessee. They took it apart and hauled the wood up. But what do you think, huh? You like your new house? You have anything to say to the camera? Here's the herring with hay in it. That's a good girl. Wild girls. Good girl. Yeah, it's the addition to the herring. This is, like I said earlier, a week later. The little surround here that keeps them from pulling out underneath. As you can see, they kind of did that and drug it all over the place. But there's a little bit of hay around, but not too terribly much. They're pulling out from underneath. It'd be a lot worse if they could get in to this area here.